Hello friends of the electrified charging fun and welcome to Speicher Elektrisiert, your channel all around Skoda's e-mobility. My name is Matthias and today we talk about the Powerpass map integration in the MySkoda app. Because Skoda wants to get rid of its own Powerpass map app and so decided to put that into the main app of the car. So you now find the Powerpass map within the MySkoda app. And also I'll do a little comparison with one of the community favorites app, the ENYAQ Mobility Plus app. At least it's a favorite in the German-speaking regions of Europe, and to see how good they perform to a well-established app. So the Powerpass map integration on the MySkoda app is new. It's the first release. We'll find out what you can do with it, where are its flaws, where are its benefits, and now let's go. Maybe you have already noticed when starting up the Powerpass app that it is no longer available. Powerpass has moved to MySkoda, to the MySkoda app, or maybe you received that email from Skoda telling you basically the same. So now you can deinstall Powerpass on your smartphone, and I guess it's the same on iOS as on Android. I can only show you iOS. Another important thing to notice, I have 5G, so I have the best connection available for full speed when we talk about performance of the Powerpass integration in the MySkoda app. So let's fire up the MySkoda app and don't be irritated. That small dot here, that yellow dot, means I have a test flight version on the iOS system. So basically I'm a beta tester for the MySkoda app. So maybe you see stuff you don't have already in your app. So don't be irritated again. And when you fire up the MySkoda app, it looks like this. And so basically the integration in MySkoda in the app is very subtle. One is here in the profile, where you have the Powerpass for the, where you have the Powerpass settings, where you can choose a charging plan, where you can manage your wall boxes, where you have your charging history, your charging cards, and plug and charge and stuff like this. So basically all the setup and the configuration. And when you want to see the real Powerpass integration into this app, it's only within Maps. And when you go to the tab Maps, you basically see nothing, because in the standard view you don't have any chargers. And now it's getting funny, because if you want to operate the Powerpass map within the MySkoda app, you have this magic button up here, chargers. Why a magic button? Because these buttons up here, these keywords, are not simply searches, they do more. And we will explore this in a second. Well, let's use this magic button here, because it does way more than just showing chargers. So I tap this button and then I got a view with chargers around me. And what you now see is you have two new options, sort by and filter by. And you can also change this view from a map view to a list view up here. And then it's sorted by distance, but you could also sort it by power. Well, let's stick with the map. You can of course zoom, pan, and do everything with the map you all can do with any map. But what you can see is it doesn't bring up more chargers. Now you get another set of chargers. But yeah, this is slightly a bit odd. Let's zoom into a part of the map and you see you get charges here. And let's go to another part of the map. And basically that is the map view you can use. You can zoom, you can pan and find charges. And I already said we want to do a little comparison with a community favorite. And that is a Mobility Plus app by ENYAQ. And just for comparison, you see their map, same location, and now I do the same, zooming and panning. And I guess you already see the difference here. It's way more responsive and it's way faster than the Powerpass integration here. Well, let's dig into those functions up here. First, sorting? Well, sorting is quite easy. If you switch from distance to power in the map view, it changes your cards down here from power to distance. Now you see an Ionity first place, which distance is way further away than those chargers here. Well, basically it's the charger here, but what you also see, it doesn't zoom in on the charger. And now these tiles here are sorted by power, and if you switch back, these are sorted by distance. Sorting also works here on the list view, and you get a list by power or by distance. And another thing, you've got filters. And with those filters here, you all know from the Powerpass app, you can filter by speed, availability, services, and a lot of other stuff, or at least some charging operators like selected partners, Powerpass, and additional ones. And let's compare this again with the Mobility Plus app from EnBW. They have their own charging network as well. You can use filters here as well, and basically you see those power filters up here, and you see they've got their own charger stations, but they also cover all other. You can go in here and you see they have a huge list to filter for charging providers. Also, what they do is they have a quick filter here for the power, which is the most important filter, I think. The MySkoda app doesn't have this. Let's stay a bit here, as you can see. But you can set this filter maybe to ultra fast, apply, and then you get only charges above, like I filtered now, above 100 kilowatts. And as you can see, it works as well. And the last thing you need is searching, but you can't search up here when you use the magic button. As you can see, I cannot enter the charging field, so you cannot filter and sort and search. You have to leave this. Now you can search, but if you now do a search like chargers, which would obviously be the word for it, you will see you get a whole different experience. You'd simply get a list with destinations which include chargers, and it does not have the same functionality. So if you think you could now use chargers fastnet, you can't. So let's use the provider fastnet here. Then you maybe lucky get a hit, fastnet charging station. You can select it, you have it as a direction, but now you do not have any functionality of the chargers, so of the magic button. You have no sorting, you have no filtering, and you cannot tap on the target to see the power of the charging station or the occupation of the charging station. So you have only the magic button, sorting and filtering, but not searching. And if you do this, well, basically this works. Let's say you want to go to the Ionity station down here, and did you see what just happens? I simply scrolled a bit and it changed from Ionity to ENYAQ up, but ENYAQ up is the charger way up here, and now if I move down, it doesn't show the chargers which are in the map view right now. I have different ones here, I have to scroll. And let's choose Ionity. Then you get all the information on the chargers, you have the availability, how much of the chargers are occupied right now. 4 out of 6 are available, 2 are unavailable. And what's a bit of pity, you don't see why they are unavailable, or you can't see here right now why they are occupied. And let's choose the Tesla chargers here, and there it is the same. There is no information on how long it is occupied and stuff like this. But basically, this is the detail view. Let's choose this one. You get all the information you need to do a charging. Now let's do something different. Maybe you think, I don't use this as much. When I'm at a destination or when I want to search at a destination, I will just go there on the map, zoom in, and I use this Ionity station as an example. These are Ionity stations here. And do you see what he shows me up in the tiles down here? It's the move at the parking lot at a swimming pool here in the city where I live. This is not correct. This does not respond to the map. And now I tap on this icon and then it jumps to the correct one. And now I tap on the other one and it jumps to the correct one. And this is not the best usability. And another thing is, when you see this, you can see there are available chargers, that green dot, but you don't see the power directly on the map and you don't see how much is available. So let's head over to the Mobility app. Let's head over to the Mobility Plus app again. And there you see the same situation. You see the amount of chargers available. You see the power of the chargers. And I really like this view. And if we go into the details of this charger here and set this, you also see how long it is occupied. That's a bit better user experience. But let's stick with the MySkoda and the Powerpass integration. As of now, it works quite well. And let's head over to another charger right here. And if I tap this one, I get Move Park Hotel Wangs. And this is wrong. This charger is not Move Park Hotel Wangs. This charger I selected here is a Fastnet charger. The correct answer when selecting this charger would be this one. And this is another problem which sometimes occurs when you select a charger on the map, like this one there. It is not guaranteed that he is showing the correct one down here. Most of the time it does it, but sometimes you get wrong answers. Let's go back here, tap on this one. And now it says Move Parkplatz Hallenbad Melz, which is another wrong thing. Tap again and you're right. So basically the integration is done and it's working, but it's not perfect. One small thing I don't like about this app is that it does not store the settings for the filter when you close the app. So basically now the filter is activated, I can jump through the tabs, the filter remains, I can even bring the app to the background, and as you can see the filter remains. But when I close the MySkoda app and start it again, I move to Maps, you see the filter is gone. But it is a complete different story when we come to the Mobility Plus app. So I choose this filter. You see the filter is activated. The filter is also activated here. I close the app, I'll start it again, and the filter is still active. I like that behavior, and maybe Skoda could copy that over to their Powerpass integration. One question I really often get asked is, when you do a route planning in the MySkoda app, like here, and you need chargers along the route, will the chargers be transferred to your ENYAQ or not? Basically with software version 3.0 it will not be transferred, but I recently got updated to 3.2, video link up here, and there the chargers should be transferred to the car as well. So let's do a route planning right now here in the app. I'll choose Paris in France and say yes, I want to go there. And basically it does its calculation right now and it will plan charging stations. And when we have a look at this, this is not bad. And way down here you can set the battery levels. I like that feature. And I can say at charging points 10% is way too high for me. I'm totally fine with 6%. And at the arrival I want to have a 30%. And I do a recalculation. Now he will recalculate the route. And as you can see, it mostly ignores my settings. Well, at the first charging station here at Move, it wants to charge from 27 to 53%. Then at the next one, it will charge from 7% to 81%. It uses my settings. And at the next station, it does it from 6 to 69% so that I will reach Paris with 30%. And now I can send this to the car. And one important thing, if you tap this, you get directly the reminder that there might be route adjustments, and charging stops on this route may differ from those on your vehicle display. Your car location or battery level has changed. No, it does not change. It hasn't changed. I'm still here on my parking lot, and it's still the same state of charge. So, well, send anyway. And you will notice one thing. If you hit send, the route will disappear from your app. And you'll get the route right here into your car. Please excuse that this is German, but it says, I got that route. Do you want to use it? And we have to delete it after 1 month due to legal stuff. So I hit yes, I want to use it, and it will do another route calculation. I don't get it. There is no need for route calculation. It was already done in the app. And, well, since the app deleted it, we do the route calculation again. So we go again to Paris, and now let's check what is in the car and what is in the app. And let's slide in, and here you see, when you look, the first charger is the same. It's the Move charger, and within the car it wants to charge from 25 to 72%. Here it wants to charge from 27 to 53%. So basically it's not the same. Let's look at the next charger. It's the total energy charger. It's the same here. 7 to 81% in the app versus 16 to 80 in the car. And then let's go to the last charger, and there it says Power.Intermarché, and here it's last mile solution. It's not the same charger. In the app it's 6 to 69%, here it's 16 to 75%. So basically what happens was, it does a complete new calculation as it seems, but why should I then plan the route in the app? It simply does not make sense if the car does anything but not taking into account what I have planned. Sometimes I get asked which MySkoda app to choose, because if you look carefully at the screen of my phone, you saw I have 3 MySkoda apps. This one up here, MySkoda, this one down here, also named MySkoda, and this one here named MySkoda iWe. And the correct app for the ENYAQ is the upper one here, the MySkoda app with this green logo. This is the old MySkoda app. You should not use this one with your ENYAQ, although it might work. We'll have a look. This app is still functional, but limited in its functionality and not that much responsive than the other one. So you should get rid of this old MySkoda Essentials app. Instead, use this one, which you saw throughout this video. And the other app right here, the MySkoda iWe app, this is an app to simulate routes and driving and consumption on the routes with other cars. So you can choose an ENYAQ and simulate a route with maybe your current car or another car you have in mind. So it's just to fiddle around, and I hope this cleans it a bit up. So use the new MySkoda app with the Skoda logo and not the MySkoda Essentials and not the MySkoda iWe app. Well, basically, if I sum everything up we have seen right now, it's a good starting point for an app. First things first, I like mono app or one app strategies from a supplier, especially if you're someone like an automotive company like Skoda. We have simply way enough apps on our smartphones that we do not need several separate apps from one manufacturer when you could put everything into one app. Yes, I know there's also the concept of the separation of concerns, that you have one app for one purpose only, but in this case I really like that they put the Powerpass map into the MySkoda app, because the MySkoda app in the end is the app of my car, and therefore I like the subtle integration they did. They do not bring it in the foreground. You do not have to use it. It's very well integrated when it comes to the settings, and on the map you could even say, I don't want to see any charges, so don't use that magic button. I don't want to have to do anything with a Powerpass map, because I know a lot of you out there, as well as myself, do not use the Powerpass. So It doesn't bother you that it is integrated, but if you use the Powerpass, you have it ready at hand. And therefore, it's a really good starting point. And for a first version, for a first release, this is really good. Don't get me wrong. But there's room for improvement. And that room for improvement we already saw in the video. Well, there's the responsiveness and speed, which could be hugely improved, especially if you compare it to the Mobility Plus app I've shown you. And another thing is the information on the map itself. Whilst you only have that dot with the green or red color for indicating if a charger is available or not, you saw in the Mobility Plus app how it could be done, showing you how many chargers are available out of how many chargers are there, and also just show how fast they are directly on the map. So the most important information directly available. And what I also do not like that much in the Powerpass map, also I did not like it when it was an app on its own, is that they bring their own charging network in the foreground whilst discriminating all others. Don't get me wrong, it's totally fine that a company prefers and recommends its own charging network. Tesla does it, so does Volkswagen, so does Skoda, and even ENYAQ with its Mobility Plus app. But when it comes to other charging providers, look at the Mobility Plus app. You can choose out of 100 of other providers you like. And within the Powerpass app, you can't. This is a huge improvement I would love to see in the Powerpass map, even if they emphasize on their own network. And also it would be very great if the filters would be available and still set after closing and reopen the app again. Because most often you set the filters once and use them every so often and only adjust them if necessary. But for a first release, I'm fine with this app, although I have to admit I'm not a Powerpass customer. And so I hope I could help you a bit with this video, and if it's so, then give it a thumbs up and consider to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, so you don't miss out any video. Also, huge thanks to all the people who donate money, which really helps me a lot to run this channel, and I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, stay full of energy.